Okay. Entire screen, no? Is it sharing? No, see, I go to share screen, window, entire screen, click, share.
Now you go back and you can share it.
Go back from here. Okay. Just wait. Hari Om. Just give me thumbs up if I'm audible. Am I audible? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm happy that everyone has joined. So we are starting with understanding why Navratri Sadhana is important. What is going to happen in this sadhana? Sorry, let me just share the screen. Just 1 minute, we are sharing the screen. Just keep the Chrome window, no?
No.
We are sharing the screen. Just give 1 minute. No?
Wait.
Shall we log in from your computer?
We can't. No, this one.
Call Karanveer. Maybe this is possible. Oh, yes.
Try.
Yes.
We have to open the PPT on the Chrome. Then it will work.
Is the screen visible? Can you see the PPT?
No, they can't. Just give me 2 minutes.
Yes.
No, but they can't see your screen. That's it. You just don't know. Till then.
You just give me 1 minute. We are trying to share the PPT. Sorry, some glitches, nothing in our hands. Just trying to sort out. Oh, it shows like this.
Can't open your 2 minutes. Use Google Drive पे डाल के link भेजिए.
Okay. How is everyone doing? Before we sort out, I may take some questions. It will take us 5 minutes. If you have any questions, ask. Just drop in your question. I will try my best to answer. I know we are sorting the PPT. I have to download it from the Google Drive because it is not letting us share entire screen. So let me take some of your questions. Ask. Okay. Is this orientation same? No. This is an introduction why Navratri Sadhana is important and what we are going to do and what needs to be done during Navratri. The session that we are going to have on 29th is where we will decode everything and the sadhana that will be done will be given. So this is just an introduction so that everyone knows why Navratri is important, what is Navratri, how many types of Navratris are there, what is Gupt Navratri, what is Pragat Navratri. So that is what we are going to discuss today. Are there any restrictions? In fact, there are no restrictions. I don't know why there is a lot of fear when it comes to Shakti Sadhana. Of course, there are rules and regulations, but for beginners to start, there should be some initiative, and that is required. Will this be recorded? The sessions will be recorded. In fact, it is already recorded. You have to do it day wise according to your time zone. We will have live sessions also, but that will also be recorded and we'll put it up. So there's nothing to worry. Do we need to buy Durga Saptashati book? We are providing with a PDF. We are providing everything. You all just need to log in, go to the app, and the entire process is given. Tell me about my sadhana. My entire life is a sadhana. I'm very fortunate that living under a guru and doing sadhana is very, very important. My sadhana is everything is Shiv and Shakti. That is my sadhana.
Okay, send me the link.
Huh?
Can you mute?
Just give me 1 minute. We are just trying to get the PPT. 1 minute, we'll start. Hari Om, I'm sorry we kept you all waiting. The thing is that the PPT slide is not working, so I'm just going to start talking. If you have a paper pen, please get the paper pen and start making your notes. It will be very, very helpful. So before we start the session, everyone just adopt the Namaskar Mudra, hand towards your heart chakra. Close your eyes and we'll chant the Purnamada mantra together. If you know the mantra, chant with me. If you don't know the mantra, just listen to the mantra carefully. Oh, we can chant this. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Bow your head down. Inhale while exhaling, rise up. Rub your palms nicely and place it over your eyes. So do take a paper pen. I will answer all your questions. Coming back to the session, what are we understanding in this session? Now, please understand. Just listen and understand, and then you can make your notes or try to understand how these gods came into existence and why Navratri is so important and what should be done for Navratri. So, if you might be knowing, not knowing, keep everything aside and just listen to me very carefully. So, the first thing that has happened, every knowledge that is given in Sanatan Dharma is given through our rishis. They are the highest, and they made us realize that we all come from the same source and we all are one. Now, that one is known as Brahman, and it is pure consciousness. If you have realized, I always talk about Sat Chit Anand. That Sat Chit Anand is known as Brahman. Now, the problem is, if I tell you that God is within you and start worshipping God, it is very, very, very difficult. So, the one of the greatest rishis that we had is Adi Shankaracharya. What he did, he in his sadhana realized that there are different forms of gods through which you can realize the formless, through which you can experience the formless. And then he gave us 6 sets of different forms. The first is Shiv Bhagwan that we worship. So, depending upon your behavior, you are attracted to these 6 famous forms. Of course, there are thousands of forms that we worship, but the first famous form is Shiv. Then comes Vishnu Bhagwan. That is all the forms of Vishnu Bhagwan, Krishna Bhagwan. In Shiv, he talks all the form of Rudra and all. Then third is Shakta tradition, Shakti, Devi. That is what is going to happen in Navratri. Then fourth is the sun. The sun is called the Pratyaksha Devata, the living God. Because of that, we are living and it gives us energy. Then we have Kartike, and in the last is Ganapati. So these are the 6 forms of gods that are given to us by Adi Shankara the Great. And when we talk about Devi Sadhana, we do Shakta Sadhana, it comes under Shakti. So when you start worshipping, so these are also people who are worshipping Devtas and gods, they are also considered as your Ishtas. So these are the most famous Ishtas, and when you start worshipping them, it will take you to the formless. Now, why Navratri and why the worship of gods? Let's understand. See, as I mentioned earlier, it is impossible to worship the nameless and formless. And then Adi Shankara the Great gave us 6 forms. Now, depending upon your behavior and depending upon your connection, you are connected by these 6 divinities, which will take you to formless again. As I mentioned, Shiv, Vishnu Bhagwan, Shakti, Surya, Kartik Swami Kumaras, and the last is Ganpatis. For Navratri, we worship Shakti. Now, what is Shakti and what is Devi? these 9 days, in fact, few people also call it Navratra. It is wrong. It is Navratri. And these 9 days. Now, also one more thing that I don't know if you're aware or no, but we specially worship and follow the lunar calendar. There are two types of calendars, solar calendar and lunar calendar. Mostly we follow the lunar calendar. And in this lunar calendar, Navratri comes 4 times. There are 4 Navratris. And out of which 2 Navratris is celebrated all over Bharat, which is very, very common. And 2 Navratris are known as Gupta Navratri. Let me talk about Gupta Navratri first. What is Gupta Navratri? Gupt Navratri is a very special period where all the Shakti Sampradaya, all the tantrics do their sadhana. It is not out in public. People don't know about it a lot. In that Gupt Navratri, either great sadhana is done on Dashama Vidyas, great sadhana is done on Maa Kamakya, or great sadhana is done when the Guru gives you a Purascharan and you have to do it in 9 days. Also, I've seen that great sadhana is done even on 1 Mahavidya. That means by the guidance of the Guru will take you. You have to focus only on Mahakali and do the Purascharan, do the sadhana for 9 nights. Now, why these 9 nights and why only for Navratri? You have to understand and realize that there is certain tithi. Tithi means day. And in the lunar calendar, these 9 days are very, very auspicious to do Shakti Sadhana because Shakti Sadhana operates the highest and it has the most energy. And that is the time when I talk about Shakti. Now, what is Shakti? Let me explain what Shakti is and come back to Navratri again so you will know what is happening. Whenever I talk about Shakti, the first thing that comes to our mind is Durga Ma, Kali Ma, Lakshmi Ma, Saraswati Ma. But in Ved, in Puran, in Upanishad, wherever you read, Shakti is everything. It is at the cosmic level and it is also within you, that is the Kundalini. So, whenever we talk about Shakti, in Shakti Sampradaya, we talk about, on the Tantra Sampradaya, we talk about the awakening of the Kundalini, we talk about Bija Mantras, we talk about Dashama Vidyas, and during Gupta Navratri, all this is worshipped and we awaken that Shakti within us to meet Shiv. Always remember, Shakti is at the base of your spine, and by doing sadhana in Gupta Navaratri for 9 days, you can awaken and experience the Shiv within you. That is what is all Gupt Navratri. In fact, now people are talking about Gupt Navratri. The practices done in Gupt Navratri are so sacred and so individual sadhana is done that it's only between the Guru and the Shishya. And that is the reason no one talks about it because specifically Tantra Sampradaya Sadhana is done. Now, what we are talking about the Navaratri, which is celebrated all in Bharat and even abroad everywhere, is this Navratri, that is Sharat Navratri and Chaitanya Navratri. This Navratri is very, very special because even if you travel from Kashmir till south, we do the Kalastapna, we go to temples, we do Durga Saptashati, and this Navratri we are going to do Durga Saptashati. Is it working?
2 minutes.
Where to start? Just give me 1 minute. We have figured out how to start the PPT. Can you see the PPT? No. Kali Ma testing left and right.
No, no, this.
Now, View tab. No,
Yes.
I think it is visible now. Visible? Okay. Finally, tapas is over, hopefully. If I do next will come here.
Yeah.
Okay. I will not start the class again. I'm just going to continue. We were going to chant this one of the beautiful mantras that comes in Durga Saptashati. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapalini Durga Shama Shiva Dhatri Shava Swada Namastate. So by her blessings we start. Sorry, I'm rushing because I want to start from Shakti. We have started the class already. Now, everyone just focus and understand what Shakti is. As I mentioned, Adi Shankaracharya the Great gave us 6 different schools and 6 different ways to worship the formless. The highest knowledge in Sanatan Dharma is the formless, and that is the experience of Sat Chit Anand, which is here inside your heart and it is formless. For people like us, it is very difficult to understand and comprehend what formless is. For example, if I tell Pooja, if I tell Meenakshi or tell Ashish, you know what, just focus on the formless, it is impossible. The monkey mind will be running here and there. So Adi Shankaracharya, in the highest state of consciousness, he experienced these 6 great forms of divinity. The first one is Shiv, that is Shaivites. Then Vishnu, that is Vaishnava, that is Krishna Bhagwan, Vishnu Bhagwan. Third is Shakta, that is Devi Ma. The fourth is Surya, that is Sun. The fifth is Kartikeya, and the sixth is Ganapati. These are the 6 forms. A PPT screen is completely black. No, it is not. It is working. Okay. So now we are going to understand what Shakti is. Now we are going to understand what Shakti is. Anything that you see in.
People are saying the previous messages.
Oh, sorry.
You continue.
Anything that you see in the world is Shakti. And this is what sadhana we are going to do for Navaratri. What is Shakti? Now, if I understand the 6 schools and I talk about Shakti, the entire creation in this world has come from Shakti. We call it Ma, we call it Devi. In fact, even in the Puran, it is written that it is only because of Shakti you can experience Shiv. It is only because of Mahakali that Shiv is becomes that Shava, what Shiv is, becomes actual Shiv. And she is also known as Prakriti. Now, whenever you take Sankhya, whenever you take Patanjali Yoga Sutra, even in Bhagavad Gita, the terms Prakriti comes. Prakriti is divine mother, the feminine energy. Now, stop looking for feminine energy outside. It is inside you. And it is said from this laptop, from this table, any material that you see is only coming into existence because of Shakti and Prakriti. Shakti is the mool and Prakriti is another name meaning Shakti only. When we talk about Prakriti and we break it into P-R-A-K, Prakriti, when it is broken into 3, it stands for the 3 gunas, that is Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. So everything that you see and experience in the world, she is Mahamaya in Durga Saptashati, and she is the greatest Durga, Kali, Lakshmi everywhere. That is Mahalakshmi, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati, any name you give it. Simple understanding is anything that you see in the world is only because of the power of Shakti. If she is existing, it will happen. If she's not existing, we are nothing. Now, understanding what is Navratri. As I mentioned, Navratri, 9 nights to worship Divine Mother. So those who want to worship Shakti, those who want to get a glimpse, those who want to actually take the first step, Navratri is the time to worship. Now, why only 9 nights? Who is deciding this Navratri every year? As I mentioned earlier, we follow the lunar calendar. And Tithi means in the lunar calendar that specific day. In simple language, Navratri in Bharat is celebrated 4 times. There are 4 different Navratris, out of which we have the Pragat Navratri, which is celebrated all over India everywhere, and then we have Gupt Navratri, which is celebrated by tantrics, by the Shakta sadhaks, and which is done under the blessings and guidance of a guru. Let's talk about Gupt Navratri first. Gup Navratri is very, very special because nowadays people are talking more about it. Earlier, it was completely practiced hidden. That means a sadhak for 9 days will go hidden and start worshipping the Dashama Vidyas or start worshipping Ma Kamakya, start worshipping the Ugra Devtis, and one more thing, under the guidance of the Guru. If the Guru says that, you know what, for this Navratri you do sadhana on first Dashama Vidyas, then that is done. It is not celebrated by all because there are rules and regulations, and it is done in a very specific sampradaya with the right tantra, mantra, yantra, and with the right attitude under the guidance of a guru. But when we talk about Pragat Navratri, it is celebrated all over Bharat, and this is what we celebrate. Chaitra Navratri comes in March and April, and Sharad Navratri comes now, and this year it starts from 3rd October. So, what are Navratri? There are 4 types: Pragat, Gupt, and each has 2 in it. Now, every Navratri, the first thing that comes to our heart is Maa Durga. She is worshipped during the Pragat Navratri, and anyone can worship her. Anyone can do sadhana on her. Who is Maa Durga? Maa Durga, it is said in the Puran also, you can't compare any goddesses with anyone. But Maha Durga is the first goddess from which Navratri is worshipped and is also mentioned in Durga Saptashati. If you look at Maa Durga, she has 18 arms, sitting on killing Mahishasura having a trishul in her hand, 3 eyes, glowing, individual, showing Shakti in every aspect and making 2 things clear. Whenever we talk about Maa Durga, 2 things are mentioned in text. Very, very simple. That she is always killing demons, and second, she shows Shakti. That means she shows that the Shakti Tattva or all the Shaktis in this world, they don't have to be dependent on anything. She shows independence, freedom, ferociousness. At the same time, she shows unconditional love, care, and the experience of bliss, eternal bliss alone. That is Ma Durga. And when I talk about eternal bliss, she is that Shakti. Now, whenever we talk about Shakti in the Shakti Sampradaya, there are 2 forms of Shakti. One is the formless, and other one is the form. So this form of Ma Durga will take you to formless. That is the experience of Ma Durga. And there are Navadurgas. There is a certain way to worship, how not to worship. This is what we are going to discuss now. I'm just going to give you a glimpse so that to remove the fear and misunderstanding. And also, one more thing which is very important, and I believe firmly, even if you're doing something wrong, there should be no fear. So please remove this fear. There should be no fear in worshipping. And even if you do something wrong, a mother will never get angry or upset. with any of our children. So please remove that misconception. How is Devi worshipped? Because general question that always comes, if I want to get into Shakti Sadhana, how will I do Shakti Sadhana? Shakti Sadhana consists of three important things. And this, if you have a guru, it is well and good. If you don't have a guru, then start from basics. Shakti is worshipped in the form of mantra. Now, what we are going to do for the entire Navratri is going to chant the Durga Saptashati, which is chanting of mantras. And that mantra, first thing, will help you to control the body, control the mind. That is a mantra. Mantra. Man means the mind and tra means the tool. The tool to control the mind is known as mantra. Secondly comes tantra. Now people have a misconception that tantra is full about sex, tantra is full about panchamakar, tantra is full about having ecstasy, enjoying. No. Tantra is one of the most difficult part, and whenever we talk about tantra or you take any tantra, the first thing tantra does is will get you face to face about four things, that is your desires, sleep, food, and sex. Your tantra means body. Tan means the body. And when you start tantra sadhana, the tool to control the body is known as tantra. And now we talk about yantra. See, mantra and tantra will slowly take you to yantra, and that is where we chant Lalita Sahasranam. That is where Saundara Lahari comes into existence. That is where you see all geometrical figures coming together. See, these rishis were great enlightened beings. They had mastered the entire cosmos. Now we talk about geometry, now we talk about everything. All the knowledge was already there. Yantra is something which will also be done with Shiv Sadhana. That is where Shri Yantra comes into existence. That is where Shakti Yantra comes. In fact, when I talk about yantras, generally when we talk about a form, you see Kalima. But Kalima also has a yantra. They are geometrical figures. Once you start understanding how a yantra works, it becomes breathing, and it has many properties. So in the beginning, if you don't have any guru, just start with mantra and slowly guidance will come. So whenever we talk about Shakti, it is not just going to the smashan or sitting on the shav. There are different kinds of worships in Shakti, and the basic criteria is to understand mantra, tantra, and yantra. That is your introduction for Shakti Sadhana. Also, when we talk about mantra, there are lots of bija mantras. When we talk about tantra, there's a deep understanding. It's an ocean of understanding. And when we talk about yantra, it is another dimension. And that is the time we realize that modern education and whatever we know is so little to the vast knowledge of Sanatan Dharma. Moving ahead, coming to the crux, why are we giving an introduction? And this is what you have to know. We are coming up with Navratri Shakti Sadhana. Now, what is the meaning of the term sadhana? Sadhana is something which will take you to the higher self. And there is no one kind of sadhana. Sadhana can be done in any form, and in sadhana there are different tools that will take you to the nameless, formless, and the experience of Satchitanand. For Navratri Shakti Sadhana, the tools that are used is mantra, tantra, and yantra. If you can understand what we are going to do, this is what is going to happen in Navratri Shakti Sadhana. We are going to involve mantra, we are going to involve tantra, and we are going to involve yantra. So on 29th September, we are going to have a very deep session to understand how to do the Kalastapna in detail. What is the Kalastapna? what needs to be done, and that becomes the yantra here. I am not telling you worship Dashamavidyas because I don't know you personally and it is wrong to give half knowledge online. Secondly, yantra doesn't mean geometrical figures. Yantra also means kalash. And in every place in Bharat, if you go from Kolkata to North India to South India, kalash stapna is done. So that becomes the yantra. We are also going to talk about mantra, and that is the base of Navratri Shakti Sadhana, is the chanting of Durga Saptashati, clearly chanting in Sanskrit, explanation given by me in English, and also the demons that are killed and the meaning. Then we talk about Tantra, that is the body, what fasting needs to be done, how it is done, what are the rules, what are the regulations. So 29th September is that class when we get you ready. Now there's another question that is always coming. We are staying overseas. We will not have time. Are these sessions recorded? Whatever information is given on 29th, all the data will be shared with you in the upcoming days so that you have preparatory time to start our sadhana from 3rd of October. So there will be no end moment. 29th after the session, there will be access. So you have days to get all the material, to plan everything, to check your schedules. And these are recorded sessions. You have to complete it at a certain time. So everything is organized because, of course, we know that there are working people, there are people at night shift, there are people who are completely new. Keeping in that, this has been arranged. So I think all the questions are slowly getting answered. And there'll be many questions about we are going through cycle, we are going through pregnancy, we have this. Don't worry, all the details will be shared on 29th. In fact, even if you're going through your cycle, you can do all the rituals, that is mantra chanting, breathing, and everything, but you can't do actual rituals of touching the kalash and all. So, all that details are shared. Now, from 3rd to 11th October, 9 days, we have complete guided sessions and complete understanding of what needs to be done, and there's a timetable because this question has been coming all the time. What to do? Morning you will have your Durga Saptashati, evening you will have your Shakti Sadhana, during the day you will have activities, what needs to be done on the last day, what food should be eaten, what Devi should be worshipped at what time. All the details will be shared. This is just an understanding of what is happening so that you know that Navratri is not just being scared or being worried about if you do something right or wrong, but everything will be organized. In these 3 days, what is going to happen? To have a much more clarity and much more basic understanding. The first 3 days, we worship Mahakali. The second set, that is from the next 3 days, we worship Mahalakshmi. And the last 3 days, we worship Mahasaraswati. Now you will be asking, where is this mentioned? Where have you got this from? Everything that we are sharing, we are following the Durga Saptashati. It is one of the 5 recognized texts on Shakta tradition, and it talks everything in detail. In fact, why do we worship Ma Kali? Because that energy of Ma Kali will remove all our tamasic qualities. When the tamas is removed, the rajas comes in, and that is Ma Lakshmi. Ma Lakshmi will teach us how to operate in this world, to make us realize that money is Lakshmi, food is Lakshmi, children is Lakshmi, everything that we see is Lakshmi with the right knowledge. And the last is Ma Saraswati. Ma Saraswati is beautifully mentioned as she has the power of knowledge, and she will give us the knowledge of who we are. That is again taking us to formless. And this is beautifully done in Durga Saptashati. So the 9 days, in fact, many people also worship Navadurgas, that is Brahmacharini. Even that is a form of Durga again. Also, people, as I mentioned, do sadhana on Dashama Vidyas. That again is if you are initiated in a certain sampradaya, people do that. There is complete awareness. These 9 days is specifically meant for Shakti Sadhana. And yes, if you do it completely with complete surrender and awareness, it will give you a glimpse of Shakti Tattva. It will also remove a lot of fear that we have created. And I don't know why. Now, what is going to happen, understanding more in detail so that there is some known factors, because the thing is, we do it without knowledge. We have the Navratri rituals. In that, we are going to give you details very clearly about the Kalastapna, about the Muratam, also the Navdan that needs to be done, what needs to be done, however it needs to be done, what is the process of sadhana, what are the elements required, what is the material required, what time it should be done, what should be done throughout the day, what is the Akhand Jyoti, how it should be done. All the details will be given. Those are the rituals that one should do. At the same time, we are being very mindful that we don't want to give you too many rituals because we have other obligations, but these are the basic rituals, and trying to make you independent so that in future you can do the rituals with awareness. We have the chanting of Durga Saptashati. When we talk about Navratri, or if you have little knowledge about the Shakta tradition, or if you are walking on the path of evolution, Durga Saptashati is one of the most powerful books that you'll come across. It is filled with Bija mantras. In fact, it is said in Durga Saptashati, any verse that you chant is a Bija mantra, and that will awaken the Shakti within you. As I mentioned, when you take the Durga Saptashati in your hand, the first thing you will realize that Maa Durga is killing all the demons. I always mention this, the demons are not outside, they are within you. And Maa Durga will teach you how to operate. It is from Maa Durga that Maa Kali comes, Maa Lakshmi comes, and Maa Saraswati comes. Then we have Shakti Dhyan. Of course, the highest way is to go within. So, with the knowledge of the rituals, that is external worship, with the chanting of the mantras, we go within and we have Shakti Dhyan. We have meditation, we have guided meditation specifically designed for this program. Guided sadhana routine. Here we are talking about your fast, and these 3 days you will have three different fasting accordingly so that the body becomes pure. Only when you come out of tamas and rajas, you can actually go within. So we are going to basically handhold you, try our best to guide you, because we are not doing Navratri for advanced people. We are doing Navratri for beginners, because the goal here is to start something. So even in this class, remember that you do chant Durga Saptashati. If you can't chant, just listen to it. If you don't want to join, listen to it. If you want to fast, go on a sattvic diet. If you can't do anything, just listen to the Durga Gayatri mantra 11 times every day. Even if you can't do anything, just pray. Just pray, ask for guidance. It will come, but the first step is very, very important. Of course, we have philosophy sessions. Every thing that is mentioned in Durga Saptashati should have some understanding. What I have realized with time, that people just keep on chanting, 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 chanting. It's like a rat race, but they don't understand the meaning behind it. So we are having small philosophy sessions to explain that, okay, this is happening this time. Then of course the WhatsApp group will be active, the community will be active to guide you, to help you to do this sadhana. And yes, we have live Q&A sessions, because every time, even when we do a sadhana, we have questions. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions. We will try to address it. So in a nutshell, these 6 things will happen constantly. We will do the entire Durga Saptashati in the forms of three Maas: Ma Kali, Ma Lakshmi, Ma Saraswati. Also, I'm being very clear, if you can't join, just pray, take the first step, come into discipline, do some fasting, just chant the mantra. Even if you don't know, listen, go on YouTube, take a good clear pronunciation, listen to the mantra, or just chant the Durga Gayatri mantra 11 times. Just take one step. and no one can help you unless you want to take that step. So, getting everything together and keeping it very, very simple, the sadhana begins on 29th. That means we are not doing the sadhana on 29th. On 29th, we will have a session where we'll explain you everything. You will be given everything. You will be given time so that on 2nd October, everything is set, and 3rd October, we do everything as planned. The program is designed for everyone, male, female, small, young, old, everyone. Also for beginners, also for experience, for everyone. There is no hierarchy. The only problem is you have to be disciplined, and I can't come there and shake you up. You have to take that charge. And yes, whatever I have realized in my Shakti Sadhana, Kali Ma will test you. Has she tested us today? She'll always test you, but never give up. Because at the end, she is the one who will take you to the highest. The sadhana program requires what now? What are the timings? What are the timings? It has been asked a lot. So this is very simple. 30 minutes in the morning is required for Saptashati. 30 minutes, 35 minutes, depending upon you. But I personally, I'm very slow with chanting, so I take 35 to 40 minutes, and I'm sure you can afford that time because the recordings will always be there. It will be given to you. So, according to your time zone, you wake up and set the time. That effort is required, and approximately 1 hour each between. Okay. Secondly, in the evening, there will be Shakti Dhyan that will also require 30 minutes. So basically, we are asking 1 hour, 15 minutes tops for 9 days. And I'm sure if you do it, you will be ready for all the Navratri. The goal is that. Secondly, something very, very important, there will be prompts, there will be messages, there will be guidance. We will do our best to handle y'all. We will do our best to guide y'all. Y'all have to take the first move. I'm not telling you that do the course. I'm telling you, take the first step. If you think you can't do this, just 9 days, take a sankalp. 9 days, leave something. 9 days, read about Shakti Ma because that will help you to walk on the path and that will give you some guidance. I'll be taking questions. I am sorry, Kalima has been testing us, but I'll be taking few questions. If you have any questions, let's go ahead. Is Kalastapna compulsory? No, Kalastapna is not compulsory. I leave it up to you. What is compulsory is Durga Saptashati. Now, again, decoding Durga Saptashati. If you can't chant, listen to it. But I have one request. When you listen to it, leave everything aside. Just put the headphones on and listen. If you don't understand anything, it is okay. In the beginning, we also didn't have any clue what is a Bij mantra, what is happening. But listen, that is how Nad works. That is how it works. So it is okay. But start. Uh, Please make a Zoom call during sadhana. We will have live Q&As to answer the questions. Bhavesh, I'm traveling during Navratri Sadhana, but I will be traveling. Okay, if you are traveling, no problem. If you have internet, listen to this. Don't do the Kalastapna. It is okay. But Durga Saptashati and the evening Shakti Dhyan is very, very important. And of course, you can fast, you can follow Mon, you can follow Tap, you can do that. It is okay. Durga Ma is not going to get angry. Durga Ma is not going to get offended. So don't worry. Is sex allowed during sadhana? My dear, 9 days, if you can't control your mind, then this is not meant for you. Don't do it. What items do we need for sadhana? All the items will be shared. What is the relation between the Durga Saptashati and Devi Mahatma? They both are the same. We call it Chandipat, we call it Devi Mahatma. Mahatma means the greatness of Devi, and Durga Saptashati. Saptashati, it has 700 verses, and it talks about Durga Ma, so Durga Saptashati. In fact, it comes under the Markandeya Purana, and very interesting. It will give you right knowledge. Can you please tell me? I'm already starting Hanumanji Sankalp. I'm also doing Bhairav Sadhana and Navratri Sadhana. You have to decide how much time you can get. You have to see, because I don't know what you're doing in Hanuman Sankalp. I don't know what you're doing in Bhairav Sadhana, and I can't answer this vaguely without knowing you. Um, if anything is to be purchased, it will be shared. It will be shared on 29th, everything, and nothing. It is not something which is you can get it anywhere. Sorry, just going. Why not to do color stapna during rituals? Why not to do color stapna during rituals? Now I've explained this many times. We have made many reels. Any ritual is taking your prana up, and specifically during Durga Saptashati or the Kalash, you are evoking that Devi energy. So during cycle, what happens? The pran goes down. Now, when you're doing pran goes up, there is a major conflict in the body, and these energies are very high. So that is the reason we don't do it. Of course, there are various reasons behind it, but for a beginner to understand, we are playing with pran, and if you have wrong knowledge, you will damage your physical body also. Food pattern, we have a systematic food pattern where we avoid having rajasic and tamasic food. We are not telling you go and don't eat food. We are just changing few things so that the mind is more active, so that you become more aware and the body feels light. The more the body feels light, the more sadhana and chanting you can do. So keeping it basic, not telling you that go on one apple, one milk and all. We are not ready for that. We are not there yet. I'm not telling you do a Puracharan or take a Sankalp. No. Be very relaxed. Of course, someone is asking about sex. I would recommend that 9 days. If this energy, you take it and surrender to Divine Mother, who knows that there will be a major evolution. Akhand Jyoti is compulsory. Generally, a lot of people maintain the Akhand Jyoti, but here we are being very flexible. We are just saying that put a diya every morning. It is okay. Do anything, do it with love, do it with surrender, and all will come to you. It's tamas, rajas, and sattva. The PPT is very beautiful. Thank you. It's all thanks to the team. Sorry, all questions are basically repeated, but I'm just trying to go through it. Where is the link? The link is there in the chat box. We have pinned the link. But according to Shankaracharya ji, we need decision Durga Saptashati. Durga Saptashati, when you get under the Guru, it changes. Here we are just giving you the right pronunciation and right chanting. We are not telling you do it so many times at a certain time, but listening also will have benefit. See, take the first step. The gurus have guided us, but you should take the first step. Unless you listen to it, you will realize that no, I'm not understanding Shakta. It is too much for you. Maybe Shiv is the part for me. So unless you experience, we can't go on intellectual knowledge. This is what I try to tell everyone. Can we do sadhana without fasting or for non-veg? Please avoid eating meat, because meat will get you into tamas and rajas. And these times when you do sadhana properly, you will realize there's a lot of turmoil of emotions. And the more meat you eat, you will come into rajasic and tamasic swabhav. We want to avoid that. And 9 days, if you can't control, then what is the use? Again, I am not telling you tantric swabhav sadhana. I'm not telling you panchamakar. I'm talking for people who are new. See, please understand there are many questions that are coming, that can we do our own sadhana? Can we do? Of course, you can do your own sadhana. Of course, you can do your own sadhana. What you're doing, please continue your own sadhana. This is just for 9 days, but if you're doing it, do it wholeheartedly and do it with love. That is the main thing here. And there should be no fear about anything. Siddhika Kunjika Stotram also, in fact, the Siddha Kunjika Stotram is very, very powerful. It is full of Bija mantras. So even listening to it will have great effect on you. We will be sharing the PDF for Durga Saptashati. Can we smoke weed, guys? Let me be very, very clear. Avoid tamasic activities. If you don't have meat, if you don't have sex, or if you don't smoke up, you're not going to die. My problem is you don't want to come out of your comfort zone. And trust me, if you're into it, this is not meant for you. Don't do it. No problem. You're living in a hostel. If you're living in a hostel, if you can't do Kalastapna, it is okay. It is okay. Yeah, someone is saying LOL questions. Yeah, even I thought people will ask what to do during pregnancy, how to do the Kalastapna, what are the rules and regulations. But the questions are very different here. But well, it is the way it is. Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it is one of my favorite sessions to talk about. Let's see when it happens. Also, people listen to Lalita Sahasranam, but I am not going there because that is very different. It requires a lot of awareness, and I don't know you all individually. We are just trying to get a platform. So, ending the session and putting everything in nutshell, Shakti is that which is in everything. If you are completely new and you want to walk on the path of Shakti, this is a very good chance. If you can't do it, don't worry. Do the basic sadhana or just chant the Durga Saptashati or just offer a diya or pray or take the first step, take a sankalp. All that you are asking will be answered in detail from menstrual cycle to pregnancy to the recorded sessions, all will be given. And if you are not ready, don't join. If you are ready, take a sankalp that you will not give up no matter what. Adopt the Namaskar Mudra, hand towards your heart chakra. We'll chant one Om and three Shantis together. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Tat Sat. Bow your head down. Inhale while exhaling. Rise up. Rub your palms nicely and place it over your eyes. Hari Om Tat Sat. Have a good day and thank you.